What is your name?
Ernie Ottawell,
And where do you live?
right here in Revelstoke,
And when did you start working for CP?
1943,
For how long?
46 years.
What did you do?
Engineer and fireman.
So what was the difficulty in this work?
Well, the difficulty was in knowing where you were going, how heavy the train was, the grade you were on, and where the tail end is, because that's very important. If you get going down the hill and the tail end is still coming up, you get going too fast, come apart.
So you say you liked the train. What did
Yeah.
you like about it?
You know, just the challenge of running a train, keeping it in one piece and making the time.
Les
And your last name?
Handley.
So why did you want to work with the train?
Why? Well, it's a long story. My grandfather started in 1899, and he was an engineer. My father started in 1914. He was working in the shops, you see, and I started in 1946. You had to start as what they call an engine wiper.
Oh yeah. What did that do? Engine wiper.
Anything that nobody else will do. For that, you got paid 32 cents an hour. But that meant you had to grease the rods, and fill up the lubricators, and fill up the water tank, and fill up the oil tank, and fill up the sand, and take the engine and put the engine in the shop, and then you get promoted from there to a fireman.
My name is Marjorie Somerton. Actually, I come from a railroad family. My grandfather worked for CPR. He was one of the first station agents in Calgary. And my father worked for CNR up near South Fort George, but unfortunately they're long gone, and I wish I had their history. So I feel like I'm passing on their legacy in a way, you know, by being at the museum. The Revelstoke Railway Museum is owned and operated by Revelstoke Heritage Railway Society, and it opened in 1994. So in 2014 we're going to be celebrating our 20th year of operation. In the fall we have sort of a program called Coffee Club, where we have a lot of retired railroaders come and they sit around and we're filming them, and we actually have it on the virtual museum website. It's very important that their stories be kept, because once they're gone, all that knowledge goes with them. And the stories that they can tell, they've been in derailments, they've been in slides.
What is your name?
Sheldon.
And where do you live?
I live at Bowie. Bowie is the original railway stop for this area. Yeah, and then came Cambie and Cambie-Saulsqua.
And what do you know about Bowie?
This was a traditional railway stop in the era that they were building the last spike. In fact, the 1860s to 1870, and there's also a lot of gold rush activity through here as well as the railway. It's a very efficient way to move goods and people, in a safe environment. As a child, I had model railways, like most boys. Yes, we get energy from machines, right? It's the romance of it too, right? Romance, we're artists.
My name is Stan Jordan. We come from South Portland, Maine. We're just going to be driving down the Fraser River Canyon, perhaps as far as Cisco, to observe the rail action on both the Canadian Pacific and the Canadian National, because I like to watch the action of the railroads. I worked for one many years, and it's fascinating to me to see the end result of all the work of all the people at a railroad that come to fruition when you see a freight train or a passenger train going by.
We usually take one train trip a year, and this year we love this area out here in BC and Alberta. Is a train coming because it went through the hot box detector, which is a talking detector, and will tell the train engineer whether or not he has any problems with his axles, heat in his axles. And it said it was clear, but that lets us know there's another train coming.
8927 CPR, DC Calgary.
Also, it's a CPR train, huh? And where is it right now?
8927 CPR, DC Calgary, 2nd Avenue, change off today, over.
Okay, that's the CP train, which is on the other track. If I looked quick enough to see that it was a CN train, not a CP, because I have both frequencies in. And Ashcroft is just west of where we are. And so there should be, if I interpret it correctly, one coming soon.